Children, in this video, I am going to explain second part of question number 1 of exercise 5.1 to you. As you know, this chapter is related to arithmetic progression. So in question 1, they are saying you have to find out whether the list of numbers formed will be an AP or not. It will be an arithmetic progression or not. And they have given you a certain situation. You have to make the list of numbers first of all, and then you have to decide whether an arithmetic progression is being formed or not. Okay. First part is very simple, that you have already done. In the second part, it is written you have to make a list of numbers, where the list is to be made by which numbers? It is the amount of air present in the cylinder. How much air is there in the cylinder? When a vacuum pump is removing 1/4 of the air present in the cylinder every time. So a vacuum pump is there, and it is every time it is removing 1/4 of the air present in the cylinder. Okay. So how I have started the solution? I have written, let the initial amount of air in the cylinder be X. In the beginning, how much air is there in the cylinder? X. Now, next step is air removed. How much air the vacuum pump is removing? Vacuum pump is removing 1/4 of the air present in the cylinder. So, the air present in the cylinder is X. So, 1/4 of X will be X upon 4. Now, let us remove this air from this. So, removing means in mathematics, it means subtraction. So, I have written, therefore, air present in the cylinder will be X. This is the air which was there in the cylinder, minus this much air is removed from the cylinder, and so this amount of air is left. Initially, we had this X. Then, after removing this, we are left with 3x upon 4. You know why I am highlighting this? Because the list of the numbers which you have to make, it is to be made by the amount of air present in the cylinder. So initially it was X, now it is 3x upon 4. Now again air removed. How much air is removed? 1/4 of 3x upon 4. Please remember, because they have said that every time vacuum pump is removing 1/4 of the air which is present in the cylinder, and now this much air is there in the cylinder. So that is why the air removed by the vacuum pump will be 1/4 of 3x upon 4, and this will give you 3x upon 16. Now this air will be removed from this one. Okay, this much air was there in the cylinder. Now we are removing this air. So therefore air present in the cylinder will be 3x upon 4 minus 3x upon 16. After taking the LCM, I have got 12x minus 3x, that is 9x upon 16. Okay. Now, as you can see, you may notice this thing, that earlier x upon 4 air was removed, then 3x upon 16 was removed. That means same amount of air is not being removed every time. Okay. So that is why we can guess that AP will not be formed. So only 3 terms are enough. So I have written the list of numbers is X, initial air, then 3x upon 4, and after that 9x upon 16. Okay. Now when you get this, what happens? The list of numbers is X, 3x upon 4 and 9x upon 16, and after that I will check. Now what is A1? A2 minus A1? A2 minus A1, 3x upon 4 minus x, this will give me minus x upon 4, and when I subtract A3 minus A2, I get minus 3x upon 16. Okay. So as you can see, they are not same. So I have written A2 minus A1 is not equal to A3 minus A2. Therefore, it does not form an AP. Children, let us discuss fourth part of question number 1. Now what are they saying in this fourth part? You have to form a list of number with the amount of money in the account every year. How much money is there in the account every year? When they are saying when initially rupees 10,000 is deposited at 8% per annum compound interest. This word is very important here, compound interest. Okay, we have deposited rupees 10,000 in the bank at 8% per annum. Okay, now you have to make the list of numbers with the amount of money in the account every year. So I have started like this. Money in the account in the beginning. In the beginning, how much money was there? Rupees 10,000. Okay, so this is my first term of the list, 10,000, because I have to make the list with the amount of money in the account every year. So in the beginning it was 10,000. Then interest for first year. How much interest is received? 8% of 10,000. Whatever money is there in the bank, 8% of that will give you rupees 800. So this much interest has been received after 1 year. So after 1 year, when this interest is received, then how much money is there in the bank now? Amount of money in the bank after 1 year will become 10,000 plus 800. That will become 10,800. So this is your second term, 10,800. Okay. Now, children, compound. What is the difference between compound interest and simple interest? In simple interest, whatever money is there in the beginning, you get interest on the same money every year, irrespective of the interest. हर साल आपको interest मिलता है, but same interest you get because this does not change. Initial amount remains same. But as far as compound interest is concerned, every year the interest is added to the principal, and new principal is every year you get a new principal. Okay, now amount of money in the bank after 1 year was 10,800. So in the second year you will get interest on 10,800. So I've done like this, 8% of 10,800. This will give you 864. In the first year we received interest as rupees 800, second year 864. This will give you an idea that same interest is not being received every year. So this will give you an idea that AP will not be there. Okay, so no need to find so many terms here. So I've written, so amount of money in the bank after second year, you had 10,800 and now 864 is added to that to get 11,664. This much money is there in the bank now. So you cannot forget that you have to make the list of number with the amount of money in the account every year. In the beginning it was 10,000, then it became 10,800, and after second year it is 11,664. So list of numbers will be 10,000, 10,800, 11,664, and now A2 minus A1 will give you 800, and A3 minus A2 will give you 864. From here only we will get the idea that AP is not being formed because we are not getting the same numbers here. So I have written A2 minus A1 is not equal to A3 minus A2. Therefore, it does not form an AP. It means the list of numbers. This list of numbers is not forming an AP.